It's Anna from Inksville here, and I just want to talk to you about the idea of Trojan horse and using a Trojan horse in your marketing and your message. So I don't know if you remember the story of the Trojan horse, but it was when the Greeks were trying to defeat the city of Troy. They came up with a plan of hiding some of their soldiers inside a huge wooden horse and then wheeling it to the gates of Troy. And at which point the citizens of Troy obviously saw this beautiful wooden horse and thought, hey, a gift, wheeled it into the city. And then, of course, at night, the soldiers broke out and let more soldiers in. And that was how the Greeks defeated Troy and won the war. Now, I'm not suggesting you sneak soldiers into anywhere or do anything malicious, but the idea of a Trojan horse is that you give someone something they think they want, but in fact they get something else. And this often works because often what we really sell and the processes we really use are not what people think they need. So you kind of sell people what they think they need, you give them the horse, but then you actually sell them what they really need. So I'll give you a few examples just so it makes sense. So for example, with my business, I sell copywriting, but essentially because people come because they're having trouble writing mostly things like work copy. But then once they come to me, what we find is maybe they've got a bigger problem with their business positioning or their marketing or their strategy. And actually what we end up working on is the strategy. And of course, copy is a part of that, but it's not the most important part. So my Trojan horse is copywriting. 9 times out of 10, people will come to me with a copywriting problem, and it will be a whole other problem. But if I were to say straight away, oh, you've got to, I'll help you with business strategy, they would never phone me because that's not what they think they need. So copy is my Trojan horse. Another example is a client of mine is a business coach, and she helps people with things like overwhelm, increasing profits, increasing growth. Those are her messages, but actually what she really sells, so the Trojan horse are those things, what she really sells is helping them with their self-belief, and often a bit of branding too. So, but if she were to say straight away, I'll help you with your self-belief, you don't necessarily realise that's what's holding you back in business, so you probably wouldn't hire her for that. Yet another example is another client of mine who is a weight loss coach, and she really, again, she kind of helps people with issues of self-worth and self-confidence, but her message is about weight loss because that's what people are looking for. But ultimately the way to achieve weight loss is a better self-worth, and obviously self-worth is really what we want throughout life. So that's another example. So you might see, I don't know if you're already thinking in your business in terms of, you might have something you sell, which is really powerful and really works, but people aren't buying it because it's not really what they think they need. So it's better just to sell people what they think they need, and then as the Trojan horse, and then come in and actually then really give them what they need. But just to get people over the door, just to kind of help them move past that first point of when they're thinking to hire you or not, it's better just to focus on what they think they need, and then you can really help them with the true transformation, which is often something completely different. So let me know what you think about that, because it's a subject that really interests me, and it's endlessly fascinating how what we think we need isn't often what we really need.